Hey everyone, I'm back. So I had an absolutely awful time when I was away over Christmas and the New Year period. We didn't do anything, we didn't get to see much. It was just a terrible time, and I'm just so happy to be back to work. But no, in all seriousness, we had an absolutely fantastic time, and I have actually been back for a week or so already. Dad's had his tonsils out, so he had to go down to Adelaide to have surgery, and he's been out of action for a couple of weeks, although he's back now. So I spent sort of a week or two running around just checking sheep waters. It's the middle of summer here at the moment, so warm and dry obviously, and we just want to make sure we've got plenty of water up to the sheep and that they're well looked after. But I mean, harvest is done, so you might be asking yourself, well, what now, Henry? What do you got to do now? And I can tell you there's absolutely no shortage of work to be done. I still haven't even had a chance to give the header a good clean up, so that's something that's at the top of my list that I need to get done as well. But in all seriousness, we've got the 8310T sitting here. This is our main tractor for seeding. We've got plenty of work to get done to that. I've got to service that, and I might actually get to that today, but we've also got a couple of faults with it. I've got to match up the new 9,000 litre bin air seeder to the cultivator here. So the 6,000 litre has actually been sold. That's going to go later on today on a truck. They're coming to pick that up, so we've got to load that up. Hopefully try and get a bit of footage of that. But yeah, we upgraded this. We finished seeding last year, and that's actually when we bought this, because a neighbour was selling it, and they take pretty good care of their gear, and it was close by, and it was a very convenient buy. And you know, we'd been thinking about upgrading to something a little bit bigger, so I got that. I've got work to do to the truck, work to do to the boom, and the seed and fertiliser trailer, that also needs some work. So there's going to be a lot of mechanical stuff going on. But truth be told, that's a lot of what farming is these days. So to start the day anyway, I've got a couple of tyres. I need to take off our little runaround car and get them into town and get those replaced, because they're getting a bit bald and it's not very safe. Also want to take these guards off the back here. They're looking pretty damn ugly. I'd like to take them in and get them painted, so I might get them off today as well. But that's enough chatting. Let's get on with it. Alrighty, I'll run those into town quickly. That's one job ticked off the list. Well, I went in to pick up my car tyres, and look what I've come back with. The old header tyres that we had changed out before we started harvest. Looks like I'm going to have to get rid of those too now. Better get to it then, I guess. I think that was the easy one. This bottom one. Well, that didn't go so well for me. Not looking forward to putting that back in now that we've got the engine. Alright, I can go fit my tyres back up now. On to the next thing. Although it sounds like my the truck to pick up that air seeder is not too far away, so I may have to stop and give him a hand. But that's alright, it's all part of another day here on the farm. So we'll get that going. That's one less thing in the shed then, and yeah, we'll find something else to do. that's done. My truck to load this air seeder has actually just driven down the driveway, which is absolutely perfect timing, so I'm going to go give him a hand now. Alright, the air seeder is loaded and gone, and let me tell you, that was not very fun to load up. Luckily, Stacey came down and picked up the camera and actually got, you know, some sort of footage of us doing it, because yeah, I wouldn't have managed to do it. It was a little nerve-wracking loading it up onto that trailer, but we got there, it's loaded, it's gone. That's one less thing in the shed, and one less thing that we have to worry about now. So now the other day, the old spray truck, the old relic, had a coolant leak from here, from the thermostat housing. I went to go unbolt it and put a new seal and a new thermostat in, and one of the bolts actually snapped off. So now I actually managed to drill it out. I drilled it out damn near perfectly, which shocked me, because normally you try and drill something like that out and you end up on an angle somewhere. But I got a thread repair kit to put in there, and we'll whack some coolant back in this thing and yeah, give it a wash up probably, because I just serviced it. There's a bit of diesel on it, and yeah, we'll put this thing back in the shed, and it's just about ready to go for seeding time then, which is good. That's one thing off the list, so we'll crack on and we'll get that done. Well, that is incredibly frustrating. I've got the new thermostat, I've cleaned everything up, I've fixed the thread, and they haven't supplied me with the seal, or they haven't supplied me with the correct seal to fit that new thermostat and put the housing back on. So on with the next job, I guess. Well, I think for the rest of the day, I might approach this. This needs a fair bit of work done to it, as I said early on. I've got to do a run into town anyway in a minute, so I might take this off and drop it into the local paint shop, because she's looking pretty average, you know. Quick coat of paint on there, that'll be pretty cheap, but other than that, I'm going to get into this, start servicing it, and yeah, that'll probably just about fill out my day, but we better keep moving, I guess. Alrighty, let's get to servicing this thing. I'm going to fire it up, warm it up a little bit. We'll get some oil and filters and whatever else on it. get it all nice and ready for a big seeding program. Prime and fuel systems. Not my favourite thing. Alright, clean out some filters, grease the tracks, just about done, and then knock off time, I reckon. Alrighty folks, this is coming along pretty nicely. I'm just going to have a bit of a clean up here now. It's about 6 o'clock, about 6 PM, so I think that's about time to call it a day. If you've made it to this point of the video, as always, I'd like to say thank you very much, and we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.